just finished painting this tree, and this is an older painting that I'm fine-tuning and fixing a few areas, adding more details. And I'm about to paint the grass in the foreground, and I thought I would bring you in and share with you how I do my grass. If you're a beginner artist and you struggle with painting grass, maybe you find this technique that I use helpful. There are other techniques out there, so you could watch a few videos and see what works for you. So back here I don't want to create a lot of texture perspective, so we're not going to see much texture or individual grass back there. And this is going to be my distant grassy area. So I'm using mainly yellow and some light green, and just soften a few hard edges with my fingers. Bringing some darker yellow, darker green rather here. So I'm going to bring some darker green, some lighter green. I'm working on an existing painting, so my background is obviously dark green. If you're working on a white canvas, I forgot to mention this, paint your background with the dark value of your grass, dark green. Let it dry and then go over it, do what I'm doing over here. So I'm sorry I didn't mention it in the beginning, because this is an existing painting, so that dark green is already there and that's dry. That paint is completely dry. A bit more texture, a bit more, we're going to show more brush strokes here. So I'm going to go ahead, drop this brush into a bucket of water. I'm going to switch to a fan brush, and I believe this is number 4. I'm going to pick up the same colors, green, dark green, light green. Use any green that you have and you like for your paintings. So I'm just going to go ahead and basically touch very lightly in here and start showing some texture, moving to the foreground, immediate foreground, which is by the tree. And maybe soften a few and move backward to the foreground. And the idea is not to kill all that dark. I'm going to save some of that dark. That dark is going to be it's going to differentiate between layers that we put in. And I'm going to alternate my colors. I'm going to bring maybe some orange into the mix in certain areas. I don't want it to be boring, all green. So for this area, my brush stroke is going to remain the same. Basically, what you see here, I'm going to continue like this, and I'm going to bring you back when I switch to a different brush stroke to do the immediate foreground. Alright, so I went ahead and same process with the fan brush, the number 4 fan brush. I went ahead and same brush strokes, completed this area. So we have a transition from no texture to some texture in this area. Now I'm going to switch my fan brush to a smaller brush, to a smaller fan brush, and I'm going to continue in this area. I'm just going to go ahead, basically a soft tap like that, and create some texture. For this area, the shadow of the tree, I'm just going to use darker green. I'm gonna go ahead and use a liner brush, and for this part you want to thin your paint. With acrylic I'm using water. If you work with oil, use some paint thinners. So for the foreground I'm gonna use a liner brush, and just gonna go ahead and create impression of taller grass, just like that. And this obviously takes a bit of time, and you gotta transition from medium-sized grass to very large in the immediate foreground. So over here, for example, I'm gonna go ahead a bit taller, just like that. And you gotta go ahead and basically paint hundreds of them. Spend a little bit of time with your painting, and it pays off at the end. Just like that. And you can go ahead soften the base of this grass, and you can go ahead drop more grass, just like that, different directions. Don't do all in one direction. And the rest is just practice, and just dedicate some time to it, and be patient. Don't try to finish it quickly.
Three hours later.
So I went ahead and I dropped a few more indication of taller grass in the foreground, more than a few. So it took me like 15-20 minutes to complete the whole foreground, and I dropped the indication of few rocks on the road. So this is the finished look. Almost no texture in the background, coming to some texture in the midground and immediate foreground. Working with fan brush and a liner brush or script liner. So if you like the texture, if you like the look, you can go ahead, implement it in your paintings. And obviously there are other ways to do the grass. You can go ahead and use the fan brush for entire process. There are other techniques. So this is what it is. This is where we are at right now. If you want to use this technique, just be mindful. In your paint, I use water with my paint. Okay, a very thick paint, it is, doesn't run very well on the canvas. And also, if you have a rough canvas, make sure you double prime it with some gesso. A smoother canvas works better with this technique. If you have a very rough canvas, you may not be able to do this, paint this grass. So a very smooth canvas, double or triple prime your canvas before you paint, and thin your paint with some water if you work with acrylics, or some paint thinners if you work with oil. And you can easily do this. And bring the foreground a bit more, more details in the foreground, stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed this quick demo, and I will see you hopefully soon with another video. Take care and have fun painting.